La 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 lattes were a la 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 lattes were a. Hey y'all, how's everybody doing tonight? Let me give y'all a second to get it right. Get it right. Hit that like button for your girl Tay. Share, and share away. Let them know your girl know. Let them know your girl is here. Basically, my voice is crazy. I tried to make me some tea before I did this live. I was gonna do it earlier, but I said, I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna give it some time. But anyway, hit that like button for your girl Tay. Definitely hit that share button to let them know that your girl is here. Okay, and definitely support, of course. Okay. If nobody told you that they love you today, you know your girl Tay Tay definitely do. If we woke up this morning, let any and everything else be an extra to you. We're gonna have to get into it. And I think I should put this on the screen because after this live, a lot of people might be mad at me, but I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm just being honest. I really don't because when you're telling the truth, sometimes the truth is going to hurt some people. Some people won't agree with you, but sometimes it's not about who agrees with you. Okay? That's not the thing. But I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it. Let me make sure my live is monetized amongst other things. Cause yeah, that'll also give people a chance to get into the building because I want to make sure that I'm loud and clear on this live tonight because it's crazy. Because the way that this young lady's name is being dragged through the mud when people trying to say that they helping her is beyond the fuck me. I'm just going to be honest, baby, because sometimes it don't make sense to fix something that's not broken or to try to break something that is already broken. It's only going to break things even more. And how can you break something that's already broken? At that point, you destroying. Hey, day one. Good evening, say sound like yeah, it's about to go down. Because a lot of people ain't gonna like what it is that I have to say, but it's okay because everybody should be entitled to their opinion. We can agree to disagree, and one thing that we all agree upon is the fact is that someone lost their life, and that is not a good thing. So it's definitely justice for Romeek. But one thing that people are not realizing, right? When you go into one person's closet or you go into somebody's closet, that gives people a chance to also go into your closet, right? And sometimes people don't make deposits, they only there to make withdrawals and not good withdrawals, negative withdrawals. And when you put in negativity into a situation where there's already negativity, then what else do y'all expect to happen but for things to go crazy? It doesn't matter if they like it. All that matters is that you provoke them right. That's what it's supposed to be about. And for me, it seems like people are just using this situation to be arguing because you got to remember when you do something in a situation, you always have to see what the next person reaction is going to be. You can't control it. That's the way we got into this situation in the first place. One person not being able to control another person's actions, whichever person that was. And now the way that people are trying to get justice for her is through the same actions. And it's just crazy for me to see that it's a lot of older ladies, right? A lot of older ladies, a lot of aunties, grandmothers, and people that is supposed to be above us to pour knowledge into us. This situation started from two Black women tearing each other down. Now it done created a situation where it's a world of women and people that is tying or tearing each other down, depending on how you feel about a situation right now. And I'm going to be honest, I don't agree with either way or either person in the situation because this is an example of how things can definitely go too goddamn far. People worrying about who had who how much money, who was what lost the most. First of all, basically, if you want to be honest, them women gained the same thing, the same man and the same outcome. They both got proof of the things that they did with him. So they were not hallucinating. But when you create a scenario that you cannot control, this will be the outcome for sure. And then for people to say, oh, I want Romeca to have peace, rest in peace, and get justice at the same time, baby. How could you want those things for a person when you're making it hard for them to receive it? You got all type of wild cockamamie people calling these type of precincts and courthouses. You don't know what people saying. You don't know what people are saying to the factors of these places when they are calling. They can say, we know about some that's on the factors of Romeca, some, but that don't mean that it's always going to be on the betterment of Romeca, because nobody is getting the good end of the stick when it comes to this. Both families are being dragged and people's shit is being brought to the forefront. He was no good. That's the sad part. Right. But he's going to have to live with that. And he's also going to have to live with this outcome. And it's just sad to see that outside of the factors of a situation that started from people tearing each other apart, okay, is the same way that it's creating a big ass situation of now more people tearing each other down to either try to prove a point or make others agree with the point. I don't think that at this point it is no good point in the situation. Nobody in this situation life will ever be the same. Nobody in this situation life will ever be the same. The two ladies, the babies, like, let's just be honest. And one of them is not even here to defend themselves. You know how some people say, nah, I'm taking that with me to the grave. This lady, this woman, Romeca, at her age, has not even been able to take her personal business to her grave, because being that people won't let her rest in peace, and they think by dogging somebody out or dogging the other person is what's going to give them the answers that they need, it's just causing more damage, baby. Because if anybody gonna stand on principles and tell the goddamn truth, ain't nobody just going to stand around and let their family be done a certain type of way. People feel the way that they feel, baby. And when it comes to a situation of defense, the same way you are willing to go to the pits of hell for yours, I'm gonna be willing to go to the pits of hell for mine. But we already see what going to the pits of hell bring. We got people being exposed. We got like family members being dragged in, and none of this is conducive or has anything to do with the situation. If none of those people was not there on the scene when Romeca got unalive baby, then why the distraction? Why the distraction? That's not giving peace. That's not what's happening. I feel sorry for the kids, because everybody in this situation saying that they feeling sorry for the kids, but they sure not acting like they is. Okay? One thing that's for sure, and two things that's for certain. The position that people was in before the situation happened, it was what it was. It was a 360 cycle. When he with you, he with you. When he with me, he with me. We off, we on, we in, we out. And this is the type of shit that comes about. Okay? We can't wait into a situation, okay, happens and then try to bring awareness and make it seem like a person wasn't included, baby. All right? That girl is posting pictures of Carlos buying her son sneakers and different things to let people know I'm not just bugging out. I had a life with this man. So people trying to make it seem like I'm a side piece when we got memories. You don't get that many memories from being a side piece. And when people is pillow talking, you never know what somebody is telling another body. So for people that's just knowing these people due to the factors of the situation at hand, it just caused more dysfunction because everything is a guess. I don't understand in front of the school they have proof. Listen, one thing that proof won't bring back is Romeca. So I'm not trying to understand the proof that people is seeking. If it ain't the factors of giving that young lady her flowers and letting her rest in peace, people are destroying her within the factors of her already being deceased. Look at the shit that we've heard about her that has nothing to do with the factors of a person's life being taken. It don't matter whether she had this, whether she had that, whether she was with Los, whether she wasn't with Los. One thing we know for sure is one thing for certain and two things for sure. I'ma say it again, friend. She should still be able to be here with her son. And if none of the things that people are doing on this internet is going to do that, then what the fuck is the point? It's a whole bunch of people talking a whole bunch of shit just to feel fucking relevant. And none of the information is relevant because if anybody knew more than the next person did, then the case would have the evidence that was needed. But even in the factors of the evidence, will it change the factors of little Los life again? The baby being in that back seat? Or will it bring back the factors of Meeks? No, it won't. It won't. This case is making, you said it right. The case has been turned into a mockery because the public wants to know, not even thinking how it's affecting it, like for real. Like people don't have no type of boundaries, bro. And they will try to make it seem like they going that far because they defending you. How the fuck you defending me by making people look at me a certain type of way, baby? That's not the type of defense I need. That's not the way you defend somebody's legacy. Only thing people is doing is actually throwing more fuel to the fire because now outside of these young ladies that was going back and forth, which is unfortunate, now you got people from their families going back and forth to defend their name, which it should only be expected. I wish, I'm just being honest. And this is, see, people got to be real. If my daughter end up in a situation and I'm not there, I have to figure out what happened, friend, just like everybody else do. But I'm not going to turn on my kid. You can't expect that within a situation. I'm going to be a support system, baby. But now to the world, I done became an enemy for being what? A mother? A mother? Something that anybody is supposed to be to their kid, regardless to what the situation is. I'm going to reprimand minds. I'm going to put minds in their place, but I'm not gonna never embarrass my child publicly for the factors of other people. No, I'm gonna let my listen. You could have definitely went about that another way. You fucked up. But I'm still not gonna let nobody gang up on mine because that's what caused this situation in the first place. People feeling like they had to defend themselves. Others may feel, because you got to understand, I could say what I would do, but in that moment, I can't say what I would do. I'm just real enough to say that too. I'm going to sit my ass on the fence and be honest because when you're in the moment, you can't say what thing that you would decide to do. But whatever was decided, we knew that the outcome was that another person was no longer here. Our words and our intentions have the power to shape whole worlds, yes, realms and realities. I appreciate how you are using. I have to. Somebody has to be the factors of some type of voice of reasoning because outside of the factors of these two young ladies being destroyed already, the world is destroying them even more, even down to the person that they say that they supposed to be helping. Because when you start digging shit up and you start digging in other people's shit, then at some point in time, it lose control, friend. And now other people are getting dragged into a situation which that's more people that now feel they have to defend themselves. I don't think none of this shit was right. None of it ended the way or started the way it was supposed to. Too many times we put up against each other and we will damn sure go tooth and nail and be mad at each other as women rather than sticking together and learning something and creating a new mission. If we seen two women, lives get changed by tearing each other apart, how could we now come together making it seem like we trying to get some type of evidence, but then people doing the same thing? We know Holly got a mother. She damn sure wasn't hatched. And people was living their lives before that day that we seen on that video, baby. But what we seen on that video from that day forth will never be the same. So now anything that's put out on the internet is put underneath a micro lens. But people is being destroyed from it, friend. Like it's a month after the factors of this little boy losing his mother in front or feet away from the school. Like, I ain't got time to argue about how many fucking feet it was, whether it was feet or any feet. We know one person feet that will never walk these streets again is Romeca's, okay? But at the end of the day, grown people are so stuck in their ways. Have y'all even thought, damn, that shit happened at that boy's school, shit. That means he ain't been to school in possibly like a month, possibly. What about his friends? What about life of it being what was normal for him will never be normal again? Okay? Even down to the factors of Holly name. At the end of the day, people are also committing the same crime that they saying that they are against. Because we have people saying that they are against bullies. Now people are becoming the ones that's doing the bullying. Shit confusing. Hit that like button for your girl Tay. I appreciate everybody being in here with me tonight. We definitely gonna have a conversation and hopefully get some of this shit right. I'm not forced to agree with nobody if some shit don't sound right with me or to me. And I can say in a situation, I wish both of these young ladies would have done something differently. But unfortunately, we are here today and we get to see the situation play out, baby. But instead of people taking information from a situation and trying to bring people together as a nation, they using that one thing to continue to tear people a fucking apart. But you got to expect that because God gave his life for us on the cross. And there's still niggas out here that disrespect him, play with his name, and don't believe in the factors of having faith. So what is a regular man to do in a situation where a life can be taken away from you? an easy thing or easy pill to swallow. It's not. It's not. So you mean to tell me after my child possibly been in the worst situation of her life, because you got to remember, you may take somebody's life, but that picture projects over and over again in your head, friend. That moment will play over and over and over and over again in everybody's head that was within that situation on that scene. So let's just be realistic. Is Holly actually getting to live in peace? She probably got outside PTSD. And I'm not saying that a person shouldn't be punished, but don't punish a person to the point that they mother not. You mean to tell me her own mother not supposed to love her? Because she fucked up? How many of our kids done messed up? Do you understand what I'm saying? And we didn't agree with the mess up, but we had to advise them to get to the other side, meaning let them know what they did was not good at all. But you mean I'm not supposed to hug my daughter and say, I don't know what the fuck is going on, how we gonna get through this, but oh my God. You don't know the tears that possibly done been cried? If she and the baby father can't be around the baby, then that means that baby is in the same situation that little Los is in. And yeah, we could say, that person is still here as a body, but the person that people may have knew may no longer coexist. This is some mental shit. If you think about it, nobody wins. Who wins? The family can't even basically let their babies get some seat of peace, meaning Romeca and her son, okay, because now that has become their baby. They are taking him in. They are the ones that's cushioning him and making sure that he is okay. But look at the melee that's going on right outside of the door, baby. Could you imagine the shit that he done heard about his mama and his goddamn father since this done happened? People like to be capping. And I understand it's a bad situation. This shit is something that wrecked the nation. But let's just be true. How many people be in silent battles or having to deal with jealousy from females you're not even in competition with? Sometimes you can't control who like you and who don't. That don't mean it ain't gonna happen. It does. And unfortunately, when it come down to niggas, it happen more often. I don't know if the population is running short, being that so much sugar is out here in motherfuckers' tank. Please don't take that the wrong way, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I definitely got love for the LBGTQ, RS, you know the rest. But it must be a shortage of men, because everybody is fucking on everybody, man, friend. Recycling. Hey, Brown Sugar. Hey, Anissa. Yes, indeed, you are absolutely right about this message. I just wish that Holly could have took a different route instead of... Yes. I wish they both could have took a different route. I'm being honest. Because if I'm going to be real, I don't know what it could have been that got Romeca out that car, but I just wish that day she kept fucking going. And no, I'm not placing the blame on her. But if it would have been something that could have saved her life, then I'm with that. All right, all right. People don't realize. People be setting themselves up, okay? Because you just said it, Brown Sugar. The mouth is a weapon, okay? And people use this social media shit till they can't use it no more, friend. But then you gotta remember, after you be tough behind this keyboard, people actually have to see people in real life. And then you got to live up to those words that you said behind that keyboard, friend. And even though you may not be as active, that don't mean another person will or won't. It's easy to say, well, shit, if you can't fight, then you shouldn't be talking shit, right? Really? 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 If that's the case, a lot of people would have not been having fights, friend, because it would have been a lot of less people talking shit then. It's crazy to me. I don't care. If I wake up and I see something that I could agree with that has to do with one, that's what I'm going to speak on. If I wake up and I see something that's what I'm going to speak on. But I'm never going to play the person or the people against each other because I wish that they both could have made different decisions. So these ladies could have continued to be the mothers that they was being to their babies before this situation happened. Nigga, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, let's just be honest. Who didn't lose that day? Thank you, Tracy. Yes, 18K Tay now, baby. That's what they call me. 18K Tay. Who playing with me? Stop it, stop it. Nah, but I'm not gonna always just go, well, you know what? This is Romeca. Nigga, everybody should should want the factors of justice for a person that lost their life. But in this case, what people are looking for is not the thing that we need right now, baby. People saying they looking for evidence, but evidence of to do what? Be bullies? Because none of the information that I see people coming out with has shit to do with the factors of getting any justice. If anything, is gonna be justice for somebody to fuck else. Because the things that I'm being or hearing on this internet is the shit that definitely be having, unfortunately, people pushing up daisies. And how you saving the factors of a situation if you coming in causing more of a situation. It is way more safe than these internet streets. Yes, the internet streets be having traffic, baby. Hey, Danny. How you doing, beautiful? Hey, Tanita. Yes, 18K Tay. That's what they call me, baby. Even down to that, I'm just going to be honest. No matter what you do in life, you have to be able to have control over you because you never know what road and what people you're going to bump into. If I sat there and I interacted on everything that I thought was something with somebody, I wouldn't be able to focus on me. I know the talent that I have, right, was not given to me by man. So it's nothing that man can say to have me shaking. At the end of the day, God is the reason that my voice is heard. And as long as I know that my voice reaches another person, then that lets them know that he sees them too. He's not just for me, he's also for you. And at the end of the day, it don't matter where the fuck you come from, baby. It don't. People be like, I'm from such and such. I don't give a fuck where you from. At the end of the day, we both got two places that we could end up. But it's just so sad that people these days is no longer dying from natural causes. Okay, people not getting old no more. Our population is falling the fuck off because people got beef and got shit to prove to other people. I ain't got shit to prove to anybody. Okay? Other than the factors of my kids. That is it. That is it. And that's because to them, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to be out here in the world telling them to do shit that I'm not even willing to do. I'm going to tell them to go to school and get an education and don't be fighting and starting shit with people, kids. But yet, as a grown ass adult, I'm going to be staying within the mix. People learn from example. So if you can be a better example, why not be? At the end of the day, people are like everybody bleed. I'm sorry. I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth. So when you living in a world where everybody walking around feeling goddamn tough, ain't nobody gonna out tough the next person because whatever you feel you are, I feel I am. Maybe even more, friend. But stop weighing your value off of what other people think. That's why they sit you. Oh, this bitch can't outdress me. What? She ain't got more money than me. First of all, if y'all fucking on the same nigga, what are y'all getting different? Other than his ego to go up. Other than that, for real. Women to be ready to take a female whole head off. But at the end of the day, you got to remember you don't shake your crown for nobody. Me personally, if a nigga doing that much with a bitch, he could have that bitch. I'm not fighting. My feelings may be hurt, but I know my goddamn worth. And I'm not going to continue to include myself in a situation that hurt. Okay? When you hurt, it's a difference from when you angry. Okay? I don't know how many people seen that video with the lady in the wedding dress. Okay? I actually have that on my schedule of things to do. I seen Latte Eminem actually put the video up too. But now I'm just going to be honest. I felt that woman's pain with every drink she took. When you got people within that mental status, okay, walking around in everyday society with that type of pain, baby, you never know what can be the straw that can break the camel's back. Because both of these women thought that this man loved them. But if he did, he would have never put them in a situation like that. If you love people, you don't put them in situations for harm and hurt. You don't. It's one thing when we in high school, but when you start having kids, it's a whole different ball game when it comes to situations. Because at the end of the day, when you playing on people's feelings, when outcomes happen, you no longer are the one in control. That's why when people say, oh, why he didn't do more on the scene? He did enough. He the one who created it. If it wasn't for him, it wouldn't have been no beef in between them. I don't give a fuck who didn't want to let go. You can't play between two people and then say, you know what, well, it was y'all. No, because one thing you could be lying to me and I could be actually going off of what it is that you're saying. And I might not know that what you're saying is a lie until I come across the truth. But by the time I come across the truth, I'm already hurt and looking fucking stupid. So people can't say what it is that they would do in certain situations. But the person that was lying in between the situations, either the friend that was in between these young ladies going back and forth, giving information, or even down to the factors of Los going back and forth in between these ladies, giving unnecessary information. It would never be no reason why Romeca would know everything that Holly is doing. And I'm talking about the shit that people don't post on the internet. Because the shit that people post on the internet is what people want to see, which is their best moments, baby. That's why, okay, if you notice, since the case took place, the only pictures of Holly that was on the internet was either her mugshot or pictures from the scene. Her family wanted to change the vision of that baby. Like, no, she does not look like that every day. Maybe people getting the wrong assumption of a person, baby. But that's because social media is what people see as reality these days, baby. Carlos know, and I'm pretty sure in his mind he's going through it too. Because regardless of whether nobody else knew, he knew. He knew. Misery definitely loves company, brown sugar. You absolutely right. But for me, it's not right that the families is being attacked and people are being attacked just for the factors of saying, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think neither one of them should have put themselves in that situation because a bigger situation is at hand now. And that's the hand of their children being in other people's hands. Sometimes you can't, most times you can't get to the point of you thinking that because um you mad at the time you making the right decision. When you not thinking, okay, well, if I do this, who's it going to hurt other than me? In that moment, nobody's thinking about that, baby. I done heard people crying on platforms. I done heard people getting threatened on platforms. I done heard people saying they don't know what the fuck they talking about just because they talking and it ain't what the other person want to hear. Well, I'm here to tell you loud and clear. I'm going to be your biggest fucking disappointment because I'm not going with what everybody else say. I'm saying justice around the whole situation, baby. And instead of people tearing each other down, this is the time where people need to be picked the fuck up because we dropping off like flies because everybody got something to prove. Did anybody prove it yet? We done seen, did anybody prove it yet? I done heard everything that people could. I done found out about the family members. We done found out about Romeca sending her coochie, if that's the case. We done seen Holly up, down, and around it. Would do any of that change for the factors of this? And when people want something to get noticed, dude, I mean, I understand people say drama fucking sells, but is this something that you would really want to put drama behind when drama is what caused it in the first place? Y'all got to be fucking kidding me. Okay? I would feel a way about how much shit that coexists. I'm not here for nobody. I'm here for the factors of me and letting my voice be my value, baby. I mean, when you feel like you have to be in competition with somebody, ain't no win. You already lost. Because the only competition you should ever be in is with yourself to be a better self than the old self was. Moving forward. Moving forward. What God put into another person may not be what he put in me. That's not my path. That's not my gift, baby. But what he put in me, he may not put or have put into another person. Now, even though they may like it or want it, it ain't for them. It was meant for me. So one thing that's going to be for real, is if people be comfortable with themselves, they wouldn't have as much beef with everybody else. Because the factors of what people think or people caring what other people think is the reason why a lot of people boats wind up sinking. Once you try to prove yourself to another bitch, you already lost the competition. Cause the bitch that stand firm on who she is ain't no proving it. Nigga, it speak for itself. It speak for itself. We are all created different for a reason. You said it exactly right. Okay? You ever wonder, listen, first of all, one of the smartest people in the world, okay, Einstein, okay, the motherfucker was dyslexic, okay? How could somebody that see letters backwards be one of the smartest? Because the gift that the Lord put in him was not the gift that he put in me. Whatever that man was able to see when he was able to see is what made him who he was, baby. Now, outside of the factors of what he couldn't do, it did not stop him from what God knew that he could do. And sometimes you have to be the witness for people. I don't give a damn what a person say or anything that has to do with the factors of not benefiting me. Why am I tapping into that? That's at some point, I'm now adding on to my own punishment. If I know that this person don't have nothing good to say about me, why am I going to seek what's said? Let's talk about it. I mean, just being honest. I came out here with color hair. A lot of people didn't understand it. How the fuck this? It wasn't for you to understand. That's me. See, I'm a person that stand on the factors of it's about the message. It ain't about the messenger. People be so focused on the messenger that they be missing the goddamn message. And the message in this situation is we're ruining each other. Ain't nobody else got to do it. I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking ginger honey Chinese tea, because my voice been on the gate, honey. I'm telling you. But you see, look, I drunk some. For real. My voice is proof he ain't give up on me. So at the end of the day, whoever my voice reach, it shows he ain't give up on you either. Because sometimes it's who the message comes through that distracts people from the message, baby. The world got to see two young ladies destroy each other, baby. And now with the factors of people saying that they attempting to get injustice, or getting justice, I guess the way that they feel that they defend is by becoming a bigger problem. But they think, how you helping? How you helping? It's supposed to be each one teach one, each one save one. So even if we wasn't able, we probably could figure out what happened that day. But the point and the part of us being able to save, we have that option for the next sister. And so many people is going against each other in this situation because other people don't agree. It's crazy to me. Did you even listen to hear a person out? I don't think I've heard anybody just come up here and straight bash. So I think that they have reasons behind the way that they feel. And even if there is a reason behind the way that they feel, I'm pretty sure everybody feel that they are sorry that one person is no longer here, especially a person that's not able to defend themselves and being dragged through the mud in the worstest ways because of people calling themselves defending, baby. Some things you got to just leave alone. And I'm not talking about the situation. I'm talking about other people' business. Because when you start looking into business, then other people' business, then it start making people pull more of her business out. Most of us have our priorities all wrong. I like to say when people have an issue with or about me, right, that's their problem. Sure is. I'm good for that. Because I keep it moving and that shit'll make a person mad. For real, for real. If that's how you feel, that's how you felt. That's it. That's all and that's it. But the shit is sickening. All right. I think people is too emotionally attached. And I can understand the emotions that would come behind a situation like this. But in some cases, people also have to use their logic. When you start going more off of emotions than the factors of logic, people will start logically saying that what they speaking is logic when it's fully emotion. You know what? I'm going off of my emotions. I'm going off of what I feel. But sometimes in certain situations, you can't go off emotions. You have to go off logic. Okay? Imagine, let me just be honest, right? And I'm gonna use this as an example. I don't know if it's a good example, but a bad example, but fuck it. Let's shoot. A foster care worker, a CPS worker, right? A person that's put in the field that's the one that goes to remove kids from their parents' home, right? Now, it's not a good situation, right? At all. And they know that they go in there to remove the kids from the situation, right? Because it's not good. But do you know that you got to have strength within that moment? Because the child might not understand. Okay. The child might not understand, even though they in a bad situation, why you're coming to remove them from their parents. Do you understand what I'm saying? But your emotions can't tap in within that moment, because logically you have to be able to stay stable and firm within your feelings, because you know that what you're doing is for the best outcome, even though it's not a good situation. So now, if you just go off of the factors of the child crying, kicking, and screaming, you're not thinking about the pain that you're going to be relieving from the factors of after saving them from the situation that they was possibly in. If it makes sense. Hey, everybody coming in. I want to say that I appreciate all of y'all coming and checking with Tay. Shout out to my moderators, baby. I love y'all the long way. I sure do. But y'all already know how Tay love go. Near or far, y'all know y'all be having Tay heart, because everybody don't have somebody to say that they love them. And that's another reason why people walking around so goddamn angry. Everybody don't have family. Everybody don't have what the next person have. So when people not taking the factors of appreciating that, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You can't let someone bring you out of your character and have you operating below your calling. Absolutely. That's giving someone too much power. Listen, it goes with the saying, you give somebody the power to feed you, you give somebody the power to starve you, all in the same note. You are supposed to control you as a vessel. You can't say what somebody calls you to do. Of course, we all can be lured in different ways, lured into different things. Okay? We can be a person can antagonize, but it's all for the factors of control. You know how many people try to trick you up out your square? Hey, Gigi. You know how many people will try to trick you up out your square? Just because some half the people that sit there and clap for us ain't really clapping. Like, I really had to learn a lot. This internet will teach you some shit. And it's just sad, because what it do is it shows you how people actually can get. And it's supposed to teach you some type of discernment. But what people be doing is crashing out instead of learning a lesson where they were supposed to gain knowledge. Ain't no knowledge in the crash out. Say that one. Say that again, day one. You can feel the emotion. You don't have to become the emotion. What? 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 Say it. So y'all definitely feel me. Let me hit my like button. I mean, let me drink my tea while y'all hit the like button. That's what I meant to say. Y'all hit the like button while Tay Tay drinks some TT. Okay? Because my voice has been killing me. My throat, not my voice. I've been forcing my voice, so I think that's why my throat been killing me. There we go. For real, people who try to carry off the back of your back and you won't understand that, especially if you are a helpful person or a loving person. Okay, it's only because that's who you are and within your nature. You can't control who other people is. If that's the case, none of us would have never been done dirty, friend. If we could have controlled the factors of being done dirty, you don't think we would have? Okay. But the way that you learn how people is by going through some shit. God will put it right in front of you for you to see. And that's the way that I've learned, baby. Because I'm going to just be honest. When I came on this internet, I mean, I've learned and got to know a lot of people, and some things have been good. Some things have, I can't even say been bad because it was an experience to say the least. But I know in the end, from the beginning, I came in with God, and that's who I'm going to be going up with. And at the end of the day, as long as I'm not focused on regular man and focused on the man, then that means I shouldn't have no problems, friend. People be crazy. People be crazy. And on this internet, people could become whoever they want to and choose to be. That's why you meet some of the most disrespectful people on the internet, baby. But when you meet them same people in person, that would never be that. It would never be, you probably be surprised that that even came from a person of that aura. Like, stop playing. Like, wait a minute. She said, what? Her shit. People are good at projecting. Okay, projecting what they got going on in their lives onto you. And you just have to be a whole lot smarter. And that's where discernment comes in. I ain't got no time. Listen, if people like my work, they'll watch my work. I'm not in competition with nobody else's work. It's the reason of having a different selection. I know when I was growing up, we had channel 2 through 11. If I didn't like what I see on channel 2, then that mean I could turn to channel 4. If I ain't like what they was playing on channel 4, then I could turn to channel 5. Why do people act like they TV be stuck on one fucking channel? Somebody's going to view my channel and maybe they don't want what I have to offer and they're going to watch somebody else's channel. But why would I be mad for that when I know that a remote comes with the factors of being able to change the channel, baby? It be the ones that stop on people channel and argue with the factors of them about the shit that they got on their channel, friend. You know you could have kept going. Huh? You know you could have kept going, right? But it be the ones that be secretly watching you. And this is where the problem come in. Okay? People will secretly be watching you and mad at your accomplishments that you didn't even care whether they seen or not, baby. You mad at me for something that I didn't even know that you was focusing on, baby. And that's what be starting the beefs in these streets. Because then people come out here talking sideways out their neck. And then another person is like, who the fuck that person think they talking to? And I'm just relaying that situation to how shit just really gets screwed. Look at the way we seen the content creators going back and forth for months over a situation that wasn't even ours. Niggas was really duking it out over Robert and Bree. Like, if they won, they was gonna get PC of the alimony. And alimony wasn't even in question. Look at the things people was willing to do to people that they didn't even know, calling themselves defending somebody else, though. That's the point that I was getting to. At this point in time, I'm not even sure if it's about Romeca or Holly. I think people just like to have something to argue over versus build. Cause ain't nobody that I've seen, and I'm just gonna keep it real, at the end of the day got more information and then crack the fucking case. And while you at it, bring Romeca back. Because other than that, you only a part of the attack. And as long as people attack Holly from the internet, her family is going to attack back. But what does that look like? What does that look like? There's a lot of things about Romeca that I could have gone without knowing. Okay? And the factors of this case. Because none of it has to do with the factors of getting justice. I think people just want to feel like they in on a trend. But how the fuck is you calling somebody losing their life a trend? But that's the sad part. It is a trend. And people done became desanitized to it. The way they talk about the people that's no longer here is crazy. It shouldn't even be a discussion. If you don't have the answer, shut the fuck up. Because the assumptions is making shit worse. Okay, woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's my thing. And I'm just keeping it real rap. Real rap. No way this situation could have turned out fucking good. Not one, two, or three. All three strikes was no good, baby. Because it could have either been Holly down on that ground, which is still wouldn't have been good because that's still another black woman, I think, another woman, period, baby. Or even if they had a regular fight, who's to say if somebody still wouldn't have lost their life? It only take a second for a person to fall and hit their head the wrong way. It only take one hit, baby. Thank you, Gigi, for definitely being the first tip in Tay-Tay's tip jar. So I just want to say I definitely appreciate y'all because I'm going to be honest. Do I need the money? Is this a job? Absolutely. But my value is definitely in my voice. And I know that at some point in time, it don't matter the dimes that I make on this live. I'm making more waves with the people hearing what it is that I have to say. Because I know I'm not the only person that's feeling this way. Like some people really need to shut the fuck up because they not helping the situation at all. They making it worse. I could understand the people that's in it and they're actually for the factors of this young lady getting justice. But from the shit that I've heard, I'm not, it's confusing. Because you done have people attach themselves to people that's really in this shit to try to get this young lady some justice, which they consider and what it looked like to them is finding the truth out for the family. But in the factors of the regular positive people trying to find the truth for the family, you got some people feeling that they trying to find out the truth by being more disrespectful or by causing more disputes. Say what now? Say what now? We're going to have to make it make sense. Your radiance changes with the intentions in your heart. It's coming through in your voice. I'm telling you, it really, like, for real. Because people will go, oh, let me go up there because you know this is a good thing. No, I really feel bad. I have daughters that's Romeca's age. Okay? And we don't have control over the lives that they be living. We have to be honest. Our kids come through us. But once they in the world, they walk alone with the advice that we pour into them. And we could only hope that when they go out into the streets, that they be the best representations of us that they can be. But that's not what always happens. That's not what always happens. And I would hate for my babies to end up, or my babies, or my girls, or any one of my kids or family members to end up in a situation like this on either end. Either end. I feel so, yeah, she pulled the trigger and I wish she could have did something different. But I actually feel sorry that she made that decision. For real. She probably at this point feels sorry that she made that decision. Because in the moment when you angry, yeah, you will be on some adrenaline rush type shit. But once you're not mad no more and you start realizing what the hell things is and what is going to be, that should start fucking with your sanity. It's hard to stay sane in situations like this. Her baby is under 1 years old. Under one. Ain't no way. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. And I know it's some heartless people out there, but I would have really hate that, or to think that a person planned on going to take somebody out and they took their baby with them. I would hate to think that. I would hate to think that this is not a situation that just so happened to pop off and went too fucking far at the time of them actually colliding into each other after all the shit that done been said and the back and forth between the two, friend. It's hurtful. Like I wouldn't even know what these Romeca family had to see her on the news over and over and over again. And it wasn't for an accomplishment. Family of Holly had to also see her painted on the news, and it wasn't for the factors of something positive. She's known as a what at this point? Shit into the stick. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like that, it really brought tears to my eyes the other day. And I'ma just be honest, because I would hate for something to happen to me. And the only thing people could bring up is the bad shit that got something that nothing to do with the factors of anything. Even if I ain't had no money. Okay, even if I wasn't wearing the best goddamn clothes. That mean that I don't deserve to be here because I'm a bum, if that's what people want to call it, because I don't live to your aesthetics. Because I can't believe that the aesthetics was the conversation at some point in time on what the fuck these girls was wearing. I don't give a fuck if one was wearing Versace and the other one was wearing rainbows. Nobody deserved to fucking go, and neither one deserved to be within a situation like this, because this is the reason why our population is at a shortage, because people don't think before they act, and then once they react, now they have to deal with what comes after that, because you only can control you can't control another person, boo. And that's what I'm saying on the internet now. People gotta actually learn how to control their emotions and learn how to remove certain emotions out of certain situations. I just definitely came here tonight to say I pray for both families, baby. Like I really do, because I could not make it seem like I would know what to do if I was standing in any or either person's shoes. I don't know what I would do if I was Holly's mother in her shoes. I don't know what I would do being Romeca's mother in her shoes. I'm being honest with you. I don't know what my next move would have been. Each one of them is seeing they babies plastered all over the fucking world, and it ain't in a good way. It ain't in a good way. That's disheartening. This baby went from getting his ears pierced, eating out with his goddamn parents, to being on the scene of a crime and the police asking if anybody want to take the fucking baby. Like, are we not listening to this shit? Little Lowe's had to get picked up from fucking school. What type of circus was that for him? The family going back and forth and bickering. People may feel it's for the best of him. Nah, this whole shit is crazy. And I wish that I could have changed the situation for both families, because I couldn't imagine being in either pair of shoes. And that is the damn truth. It really is. It really is. The kids is affected, the families is affected, and now the goddamn world is affected, because now that we've seen, we can't unsee. And some people think that they going hard for the right reasons, but they not going about it the right way. That's the only thing Tay Tay wanted to say. You can be, for example, you know how they say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Depending on your tone, a person can take something so wrong. But depending on a way that the tone being different, it can be taken indifferent. How is any of this bullshit being taken indifferent than the same shit that started the bullshit in the first place? So to be in the position of either family is a fucked up place to be. God, please bring some healing. That's what's needed. It's a lot of hurt, unhealed ass people that attach themselves to other hurt, unhealed ass situations. And the way that they go about defending them situations, you could turn out wrong within your actions, within the things that you choose to say. The shit is crazy, baby. The shit is crazy. But for me, I want justice for both families. I want peace for both families. I'm going to be praying for both families. And I'm also going to be praying for our world, because I don't know what type of dark cloud is sitting over people right now, but it's bringing something out of people that you never thought that you would see. The shit that we seeing now is shit that we used to only see in movies. And now it's something that people is witnessing on an everyday basis. Like it's Nathan. You hear so many people say, what? I live in a high crime area. People die every day, B. That's not a good fucking thing. Like, how does that make your area the realest? That make your area the deadest, because everybody over there is willing to remove somebody there just to prove that they are from there. Huh? Huh? Say what now? That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. If anything, I'm not following but one man, okay? And I want this to be loud and clear. The only man that Tay will be following, baby, is Jesus. Because I know he ain't going to steer me wrong. I could follow him with my eyes closed. Okay, he done created people with their eyes closed and still made a way for them not to bump into obstacles. Who the fuck are we to take those type of privileges into our own hands, baby? Too many unstable people is walking around with the right to carry. Okay, I don't think that if you are of a certain or in not within a certain level, yes, everybody should have the right to defend themselves, but to a certain extent, because everybody is not good with decision making. So it's a lot of unstable people that is making decisions that only stable people should be able to make. And I'm not saying whether a person was stable or not, because it's not for me to say. Because, like I said, I don't put on other people's shoes. I don't like corns. I want my shit to fit comfy. All right. So, what I'm going to do is speak from the existence of where it is that I am sitting. None of the shit is good. None of it. None of it. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. For real. It's like you walking around, walking amongst demons and witches and warlocks, and it's outweighing the innocence of the people that is mixed in, that is God's angels. God's angels is getting slaughtered out here by the warlocks and the demons, because now you got people following more demons than following the word that they know, that they heard, that they could depend on. Okay? And faith with no work is dead faith. And that's why so many people is acting the way that they acting. Honestly, it's only 11 content creators who carry on whatever narrative and report this case daily out of millions of content creators and channels, if not more. Think about that and do the math. Let the church stand and say amen, amen. But the ones that I have seen and things that I have heard said down in comment sections and even on platforms, like it be having me taken back. Like, how did we even get to that? Uh, how? Why? What does that change? And then it just creates a bigger argument. And that's why these families are steady feuding. And I'm just going to be honest. Nobody is going to be able to close the gate of the factors of a person losing their life. For all you know, Holly mother could feel bad about the situation as a whole. But that don't mean that I'm going to let somebody or let the world just attack my daughter either. I could agree with some of the shit that y'all might be saying. Like, how the fuck you even let this nigga get you in a predicament like that? For you to feel you have to defend yourself against some bitch over some coward ass dick. Cause the nigga that love you ain't gonna make you fight for it. Fuck is you talking about? You don't know the conversations that don't go on or that goes on behind closed doors just because they not taking place on the internet. So because Holly's mother hasn't come to the internet to, how can I say, down her daughter, that don't mean that she what? What? Say what now? Say what now? Y'all got the game fucked up. You can want what you want, but how you go about getting what you get, you can now become the wrong person in the situation. And I seen some people start out for the good, but now I see shit turning all bad. And I don't like that. Day one, I understand and happy you did, but there are many who have learned how to heal and move forward. Yes, yes, that's true. Some people don't. And that's what the shit we be dealing with. And then people blame other people for their action. No accountability. You know, people not good with doing, the accountability thing. Not at all. They rather blame somebody else for their actions. They rather, I did this because, or this happened because so and so was the reason for the, it'd be a whole bunch of bullshit. And this is what we getting, okay? Romeca is getting drowned out in the situation, and a whole bunch of how much bad information I could find out on this person is becoming a thing. It's no accountability in the situation. Two people already fucked up. The situation is fucked up, and now people is continuing by fucking up even more. Make it make sense. It won't, it don't, and it ain't. But like I said, I feel sorry for both those mothers and those kids. I feel more sorry for the kids than I do for anybody in the situation. And that's why I say if anybody is for the factors of kids, I can't see how certain people don't play the parts that they did, but then still be able to fix their mouth to say that they want the best outcome for little Los, baby. How the fuck could that be when the actions, and I'm not talking about just Q because there's many. Outside of Q, I've seen a couple of people that's been a part of the same shit. And that's the factors of her name being dragged through the mud, friend. You can't say you want the best for somebody, but the way that you go about it only continue to hurt. Make that make sense for all of that, nigga. Leave me in the dirt. Reality is not fixed, it's responsive. Yes, refuse to live in others' hell loop. Period. Me, if it's their own narrative, they lack accountability and common sense. Yes, brown sugar. Yes, brown sugar. You could say that again. Lack accountability and common goddamn sense, because what you would think is free and should be more common, baby, you'd be surprised how many people ain't walking around with common sense. It got sense at the end, but it is the one with the S, not the one with the C. It's free. And you mean to tell me people still don't choose to use it, baby? Because ain't no way people could say that they coming in this situation for the best in the outcome for the justice of Romeca. And then I hear the shit that I hear. Ain't no way. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. How you doing, baby? It's very offensive, right, Veronica, seeing a death of someone, right, turn it into a money grab. That's all it is. That's all. Ain't nobody really talking no real shit. I'm being, I'm no, 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 no. No, 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 no. And like I said, I don't wear other people's shoes. So if the shoes don't fit, don't step in. And if you do, I don't give a fuck either way. So, like I said, some people just talking because they got fucking lips. The shit that they talking, it don't even make sense. They just want to feel like they a part of some shit. And that's it. That's it. Fake justice, quoting, but only focused on entertainment, but never mentioned the kids, period, let alone Lil Los. It became a Brandy versus Monica. What? The boy is mine. Talk about it. No, Los loved her more. No, I'm telling you, look at the things he was doing the same shit on both ends of the stick. He was fucking with her. He was fucking with her. He was, how can I say, spending money with her. He was spending money with her. What? I don't know. I don't know. But I don't like to be a part of the shit show. And some of us done seen how far a shit show can go. But at the end of the day, when one situation happened, another one is going to come. But if you in the business of being a content creator, you got to know how to handle yourself, because you never know how situations is going to go. But you can't just be out here putting your mouth on other goddamn people. Hey, Cindy, that's beyond me. Like, if the family want to hear, or I'm just going to be honest, let's just say, you never know who's in the bushes, right? I'm a sole believer of, I'm going to give everybody the equal amount of respect. regardless to whether you in the bushes or not, because everybody's not in the bushes for the same reason. Some people feel more comfortable there because of the shit that take place in the comment section sometimes, baby. You know, some people, a lot of people, they words be taken a certain type of way. So they rather listen than have anything to say, baby. But that don't mean that they not supporting, and that don't mean that they not hitting that like button. But you never know who's in there listening. That's my point. What if the family is coming to your platform because you got on your thumbnail justice for Romeca, right? And when they get in the factors of your bushes, the only thing the factors they hear is, oh yeah, well, 3 people had a order of protection on her, not just one. Way, did you hear about the factors of Romeca sending her coochie to the girl? Yeah, and did you know that she was running? Why do I want to hear that in the factors of a person that just lost their life? What facts and what the fuck does that prove? What does that prove? She not the first girl that ran up on her nigga and told him he was fucking lying. Half of the bitches in these goddamn chat sections feel the way that they feel and can relate because they done got cheated on by a nigga at some point, baby. That's why it be so easy to gravitate to the factors of the hate for the men. Because they already got that type of hate within them. It's situations like this that actually bring shit out. Let's just be honest. But I don't like the factors of that. I don't want to go in a chat where it say justice for Romeca, but then you just hear people tearing her the fuck down. If you want the justice and the things to be peace, then people got to be careful of their actions, baby. Because if people attack Holly and her family, then what stops them from defending themselves and putting shit out here that don't need to be seen? You got to remember, this was an ongoing thing. It didn't just start the day that it actually happened. Right, Raquel 222? It did not just start the day that it happened. It's been a few that's been back and forth. But everything is not for everybody. And being that everybody's not in it for the same reason, hey, Ebony, then things is getting turned ugly. Ugly. I see people on Facebook talk about something. Listen, well, I'm going to go and attack this person. And what is that going to do? Attacking people is the reason why we here in the first place. So now you attack them people and they retaliate, then what? They wrong? They wrong. They wrong? They would be wrong. I'm just asking a serious question because Tay need to know. How are y'all getting justice by attacking other people when that's the number one thing that led to this situation in the first place? I gotta learn how to not just click on a live and just jump right on in the chat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful. You definitely, but everybody, regardless to what chat you jump in and whatever your belief is, you should still feel safe to give your piece because it should be a non-judgmental situation, baby, because everybody should feel the same way. This whole situation is fucked up, baby. It is. It is. And things will never be the same for them kids. So if everybody not feeling that way, then feeling differently would be crazy because nobody wins. Everyone talking like they were there. That's the part that's pissing me off. I see the title and come right in speaking. Right, you can still speak because at the end of the day, for me, I'm gonna be honest for you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Ebony. For Tay, this is a non-judgmental space. It's agree to disagree because I would hate to be in the shoes of either one of those mothers, baby. And that's the fact that that's where I was making we making this like a whites and blacks only thing. Like we going back to racism. Like only the whites could eat on this side of the street, and only the blacks could be on that side of the street. So depending on who you believe in or what situation you believe, that mean that you shouldn't be welcomed in people chats, baby. That would be fucking crazy. That's why I said a lot of people gonna be mad at me, but I don't give a fuck. Cause I wish that both of them could have avoided the situations for their kids. Cause without people always having something to prove, it would be a longer life to fucking live. And now people up here threatening people and doing stupid shit, trying to prove the same shit that these girls was up here trying to prove. So I don't get it. So if it's mature women, where's the knowledge supposed to be sitting? Because one hand washes the other, and both hands supposed to wash the face. Niggas is making this a Romeca Hollywood. It can be agreed to disagree, but I think that we will all agree on the same thing. And that's that Romeca shouldn't have lost her life that day, regardless to who was fucking who was flyer than who. Nobody should have the right of judgment to take the next person's life away for whatever reason. And that's what I was saying. It's too many people that's walking around with the rights to carry. Okay, how the fuck you got rights to carry a gun, but you can't even stably carry your fucking brain? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Me and my homegirl should be able to agree to disagree. Nigga, that's like if we go to the nail salon. She get green and I get French tip. I gotta be a dumb bitch because I like French tip, bitch. You a dumb hoe because you like green. Now we in the street fighting because we a what? Nah, I want to see where my homegirl facts lay and where they lie. Okay? She may be able to give me some knowledge or some shit that I didn't know, and I may be able to spit some shit back to her that she didn't know. But agree to disagree should be a thing. I didn't know we was running with a nation of yes men. That's the corniest shit. I don't want to be cool with no yes men ass fucking people. Don't just agree with some shit. Because listen, if y'all my community, please don't ever do me that disservice. All right. If you care for Tay in any type of way, then respect me enough to not have me out here looking fucking crazy. If you cool with me, don't be a yes man to me like, yeah, Tay, yeah, Tay. If that shit ain't yeah, say no. Say no. Nah, girl, I don't know. You was right all day, but you're wrong now. I don't know about that's going to be me. I don't give a fuck who I'm around. The room could be agreeing, and I don't give a fuck what ruckus is going to start by me disagreeing. I don't agree, and it's okay, but it shouldn't be is shit black or white. Yeah, yeah. Hey, cousin Thuggin. Cause like what now? Hey, Ross. Hey, family. And people shouldn't be comparing who look better, comparing to what does that have to that's my point. What does that have to do with anything? And Carlos, he loved Romeca more. If he loved Romeca, he would have never been with them bitches in the first place. He loved himself. He can't say he loved either one of them because at some point in time he was not full and he still needed to feed, and him still needing to feed his motherfucking ego is what started the fucking factors of this situation in the first place. Period. Period. People getting me sick. Like at the end of the day, it's common fucking sense. It should be justice for a person that's no longer here. But at what length are you willing to go to get the justice? And just because a person is maybe disagreeing with some things and maybe not the factors of all things, then now all of a sudden now a person is an enemy. What? Uh-uh. Hey, Ice Soldier, and truth be told, the woman who started comparing, like, that's crazy. And that's the shit that be going on. I don't give a fuck what these bitches on this internet think about me. I'm just being honest. And if I did, that would be the first step of losing myself. Because why the fuck am I gonna care? I'm not here to focus on that. Bitch, if you thinking about me, then that makes an extra person thinking about me because I'm also thinking about my motherfucking self. So that it doesn't matter. Come on. For real. I seen your video too, Mika, earlier. I liked it. I'm going to go back and leave a comment. Two of them. Because that shit is the right. And that's what I was saying in my video the night before last. People on some competition. I don't give a damn. A bitch could be in Gucci and a bitch could be in Rainbow. How you compare it? It don't make sense. I didn't know that life was compared by the factors of the price of a person's jeans or the sneakers on their fucking feet. I thought each life was measured equally. So it don't have nothing to do with how a person looked or what the hell they was able to buy. I like having a non-judgmental space because that's what starts the conversation. Everybody's saying the same shit. Everything starts to repeat itself over and over and over again. And at some point in time, we have to start to change the energy that's surrounding the situation, baby, because you can't want a good outcome for a situation, but don't have good energy going into it. Because if you only have negativity for a situation, then you only going to receive that out. I saw some chick on Facebook on a post commenting telling somebody she'll hop on. Yes, I seen that too. But did they see that girl that left her house to go to that couple's house? It was a lesbians couple. They was arguing back and forth on Facebook at one point in time, and she said that she was gonna go to her house and it was about to be on. They was going to fight. She made it to the establishment of where they lived. They was on live waiting for her. She pulled up on live. Now, yes, they did have a fight in the middle of the street, but in the factors of them having a fight, the lady then pulled out her gun and pow-powed the young lady in the middle of the street, and she wound up losing her life, baby. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Who wins? And then on the video, the same shit. She talk about, well, I got a license to carry. I got a license to carry. Okay, well, in that case, it was kind of premeditated because the lady had went and already set her pow on a mailbox, electrical box across the street before the girl even arrived because she knew that she was coming. So with the factors of that, y'all started off as a fight, but it ended off with somebody losing their life. Why? Because a regular person put the decision in their hand whether they have the rights to take a person's life, friend. How about the young lady that had the rights to carry and she stayed out all night? She gets home, the boyfriend starts going off on her. She starts going off on him while the police is there. Yeah, nigga, you broke. You broke. Give me my baby so I could take my baby in the house. Baby ain't got no hat on, no nothing. Police walks away. Not even 5 to 10. The boy he's walking to the officers while he's popped in his stomach. Like what? It's crazy. Mika, I watched your video and I agree with you. That's what I said. And exactly what Mika said in her video, that's exactly what the fuck I said on my live the other day. Cause people is crazy. You kill who the fuck is you to for you? If you think you're gonna be mad because I don't agree with you, you're gonna be mad even more. It is what it is. It's supposed to be justice for Romeca, and people is making this a racist goddamn war. Or if you're on that side, then you can't be on this side. Listen, my chat section is open to whoever decides to be in there and say how they feel because there's no discrimination here. I feel sorry for the whole situation, and that part is not divided. And yes, I am definitely screaming justice for Romeca because nobody should never lose their life. But in this case, if we're going to be honest, nobody wins. And now the family is even suffering both sides. It's a whole division. And it's not even a division just between the family. It's a divide through the goddamn world. The world. Making it light skin versus dark skin. Just sick. For real. I done heard, listen. Mm-mm. 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 I done heard some things that should never be said, and they don't even have nothing to do with this case. But one thing that I'm going to say that I don't like that Romeca name is being drugged through the fucking mud at a time that it should never be. And the things that people are making important is damn sure it ain't important. It is the least. These young ladies have fucking babies, and everybody in the situation life was changed from that moment on, even down to the factors of one being fucking lost. But it was multiple lives that was lost that day. Even though we saying rest in peace, Romeca, baby, she still got a son here. Okay? That's very much clear. Her mother, her family, her sisters, the people that actually needed her to be within existence. Let's talk about the factors of Holly. That decision that she made that day was one of the things that changed everybody's life, baby, even down to her and her own son. I think deeper than the surface. This baby ain't been able to be up underneath his mother since the situation took place. Just like little Los will never be able to have his money or his mother again. And I say his money because people trying to make it seem like the clothes he had on or the clothes his mother had on, he didn't give a fuck about that shit. The value was in his mommy, friend. That was money he will never be able to spend again. And we talking about memories. Now he just have to go off of them. And one thing that I'm going to say, because I'm not a fake ass bitch, baby, it don't seem like neither one of these young ladies was down bad, if you want to say that. And it seemed like to them, both of them, they kids was at an importance. But when you let emotions take over logic, you never know how a situation could happen because you only have control over yourself, not another person. So to make this a materialistic beef, a skin color beef, or a who loved Los or had Los attention beef, that's the littlest things on the scale, baby. Because even with Romeca going and Holly in the situation, is that stopping Los from fucking other bitches? I'm just asking a question. Hmm. Hmm. It isn't about the material stuff. Talk, come through, cousin. This is about this little boy, right? And something that I must have said must have hit home. And it's real shit because as you can see, Tamika had posted my live, baby. Now I don't know if that made the other people mad because then I had to take down my other live after that because it was reported. And I don't even know what the hell was reported for. I ain't even do nothing. But it's the fact that you can't be judgmental in a situation when you can agree that all the way around is fucked up, baby. And if the world can't come to terms on anything else, I think that's one thing that we could come to terms with within itself. For real. Black Power, what the fuck are you talking about? You giving me D-Rod vibes. I don't know who the fuck that is, and I don't know. I do ride dick. So I hope I do give you dick riding vibes because I'm married, so I'm supposed to give the vibe of a riding a dick. But if speaking the truth is riding a dick, then that's what the problem is in the situation. Too many people be afraid to speak the truth because of people like you. But no, I'm going to continue to ride dick. Am I supposed to do something different? Is it something else in here I'm supposed to ride preferably? Because you done confused the fuck out of me today. Shaking my head. You and Sad Basket Chase. How Holly was a good mother. Shit. First of all, one day does not make up for the fact there's a fucking many. Those people co or existed before that day fucking happened. She had to bring the baby to fucking term. She had to make sure that the baby was here and gave it fucking life. And me personally, if you look at those young ladies' pictures that everybody is fucking comparison, it don't seem like neither one of their kids was missing nothing. They was the product of the bad or of bad fucking decisions. Say what now? Say what now? Black Paris is the factors of bad decisions. Do people listen? I'm gonna just be honest because when people say stuff like that, then I can sit here and say, in every one of those videos where Romeca was not being pleasant and she was hopping out and people was recording her, where was Little Los? Where was Little Los at? In the back of those videos. So whatever brung those two young ladies to whatever situation that was made that day, neither one of them was worth it. Neither one of them made a good decision because both of their kids was affected. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like people really got to think what they be saying. That's what people problem is. They think about the moment and not think about everything as a whole. And the fact is 1 minute can change the whole of everything. Regardless of who you was before that situation took place, you will never be that again. Never. Romeca will never be able to be a good mother to her son again. Okay? If Holly was being whatever type of mother people want to paint her as, she will never be able to be that again. Like I said, it's an all around fucked up situation for everybody in it. I'm not going to get distracted by saying, oh, it's this and it's fucked up all the way around. Like I said, we can agree on that. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one at Black Paris. She is a murderer. What is there to think about? What the fuck her family got to do with that? She made the decision. So the point was the world is still attacking people outside of the factors of this being over the factors of an attack. How can people attack when a big ass situation happened from somebody being attacked? I'm confused. Yeah, she definitely had a choice and she chose murder. Exactly. Everybody knows that. Duh. Duh. If she didn't choose that choice, Romeca would still be here. So saying that, it doesn't make it a difference. My point is the actions that people are putting forth that is the same as the same two people that life will never be the fucking same. Those kids' life will never be the same. Holly had on the same clothes for 3 days. What kind of mother is that? The same one that half of these bitches be when they laying up with a nigga baby. I don't know why y'all acting like she the first bitch to keep clothes on for 3 days. Some people don't even be in the car for 3 days and still have the same clothes on for 3 days. I could imagine how many funky bitches on this internet keep clothes on for 3 fucking days. Now it's such a big thing because somebody had on clothes for. This is the stupid shit that I be talking about. If you're going to have an opinion, have one that's worth fucking having, not an asshole that was God given and everybody fucking got one. Okay, because my point of the situation is it bad for everybody. You want to be one of the same fucking people that I'm speaking of. Oh, well, she's a murderer. Well, you don't fucking say. I think I seen the fucking news. They told me that. I think that. I think that's why we looking for justice for Romeca. The fuck is people talking about? I don't like that. Because that's common sense. So what was the point of making that the relevance of the conversation? We know if you actually want to say one person is deceased and obviously the other person is responsible for them no longer being here. But the point was the negativity that people are keeping up with this situation, acting like they defending somebody. That's not the way you defend. And that's the shit that's causing more of problems. People getting caught and distracted in situations that's not even helping a fucking situation. Duh. I could have swore I heard Holly on the news say, I got a right to carry. So that lets me know that she was the person that murdered the other person, right? And the dispute is to try to get justice for the other person. But you can't get justice in the middle of ruckus because people are going to keep getting distracted. Why the hell will we have to argue whether Holly is a murderer or not when you take somebody's motherfucking life, regardless to whether it was found in self-defense or not, you murdered them. You murdered them. Have I promoted a protest? I got 6 motherfucking kids to get up in the morning. I'm trying to promote my motherfucking alarm to wake me up on time so I ain't got to chase the goddamn school bus down the goddamn street. But my protest is for people to stop being negative in this situation and stop making it a separation because you may feel fucking different. That don't make anything no better. Period, point blank. A protest. I'm trying to protest my ass up at 5:45. What? That's the shit that I'm saying. I'm protesting against people that's stirring up shit that ain't got nothing to do with getting no goddamn justice. The hell? That just goes to show you how people think. Okay, shit. Now I'm a dick rider. I know I love to ride the dick. How the fuck you come in here and think you assaulting me with or insulting me with something I'm supposed to be fucking doing? If I'm not riding dick, I might be angry like the fuck you and not have no common sense to know who is if Romeca did not shoot herself on the scene, then it's common sense that Holly would be the murderer, right? So with that being said, I don't know if what was the point. What was the point? Like, what was the point? Huh? Huh, Black Paris? Do you feel chat? Did everybody get that? I want to make sure all 183 people know that Black Paris wants us to know that Holly was a murderer, is a murderer, but we talking about the factors of justice for Romeca and not negativity, and how people are able to feel differently without having to attack the other person for how it is that they feel. It's called keeping it real and not being a yes man. I did say, did Holly mother shoot Romeca? Did she shoot Romeca? Only thing she did was birth a fucking shooter. We supposed to be taking the blame for everything that our fucking kids do. No, listen, let me tell you, I'm writing the right path for that right now. Because at the end of the day, once our kids get a certain age, the only thing you can do is advise. Okay, we don't have people don't have children that ran away that's still looking for them today. So it ain't the factors of having control, because you can have the best home. Look at the fucking Menendez brothers and all. Like, wait, say what now? Say what now? I'm not taking no blame as a fucking this nigga. As I get older, my kids get older. I will hope that the common sense that I pour into them have them longevity and end up in better situations than me. But I'm not going to sit there and say that if my child decide to pow somebody, that's my fault. No, the fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not. I could have taught her all the shit in the world of what you don't do when it comes down to certain situations. That don't mean she gonna listen to it. A lot of our fast asses, if we would have listened to our mamas when they said books before boys, because boys bring babies, we would have been in a lot of less situations than we was in. So we ain't gonna start talking about kids fucking listening. Because if half of us didn't listen to the 7 fucking B's, ain't no way you gonna tell me that once these kids get grown, that the decisions that they make is on use a motherfucking lot on. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, I don't want to be responsible for those things. I want to be responsible for hoping that I poured the best into my child and she's able to take that knowledge with her on her journey of life. Because the life that my child lived is her life, and the life that I live is my life. And being that I didn't curse my child out on social media, then that means that I agree with her. I don't give a fuck if I don't agree with my child. I ain't letting strangers jump her. Fuck is you talking about? Like, people gotta realize, because when you say that, it open up other doors. There's a lot of things that they shouldn't have did with the factors of when it came down to their kids. Because when those tapes dropped, when Romeca was going off, a lot of them, her son was in the back of the videos, which wasn't a good fucking decision. I don't like that. It's not about, oh, the whole situation is fucked up. Regardless to who made the decision to fuck it up, we can find reasons in the scenario of why any and each person fucked up. Los could be at fault, okay? People could say that Romeca is at fault because why she got out, but she still don't. That don't mean she should have lost her life. Like, you don't know the type of scenarios that you create when you just say certain things. And that was the point of my live, baby. And that person just proved me goddamn right. Like, fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck if my child did something wrong. I'm not jumping my child with the world. I'm gonna have to do that shit and let it be known you fucked up. You fucked up. But just because you didn't hear me tell my child they fucked up don't mean I didn't. So because I don't agree that this should be a versus type thing, or who support Romeca more, or who support Holly more. I think we should all support the fact that the whole situation is fucked up as a whole. Exactly. That's the point that I'm making. Just because she stopped, we don't know what the fuck she stopped. for, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't deserve. No reason that nobody could come up with is a reason for somebody to lose their life over for. None of it. None of it. None of it. For real. None of it was worth it. No, nothing that I've heard people arguing and debating was worth it. No reason nobody can give me. I just wish that decisions played themselves out differently. At the end of the day, people need to have discernment because it's people like that that get the wheels a turning. Now, it's not the factors of a person saying what it is that they have to say because it's the factors of it being a non-judgmental space. But why come up and heat up something that people already knows already? That goes without saying. That's the reason why we here, because Holly Pow Pow fucking Romeca. If Romeca was still living, this would not be a conversation. So obviously, we know that Holly is a murderer at the end of the day, regardless to whether you do it in self-defense or not. If you still take somebody's life, that is considered what? A fucking murder, regardless to whether it was found in good faith or not. Somebody's life was taken. But what I'm saying is when you throw gasoline on a fire, some shit is going to blow up. So now what response is people think that they're going to get by attacking this girl's family and shit? I'm just trying to figure out. I need to know the answers. What is that going to bring about? So now y'all know that the daughter is a shooter, right? And y'all blaming the mother for her being a shooter. Do I got this fucking correct? So now you're going to push somebody to the limit that you saying that you know. For what reason? So we need more casualties on top of a casualty. Fuck it, let's just bring on the casualties. Everybody tough. What? Fuck out of here. What? Fuck out of here. We got little weed smokers out here, little gun toters. Because how many people, kids, is out? Let's keep it fucking real. How many of y'all kids is them little YNs that's the fuck out here creating fucking havoc? Say what now? Say what now? It's always easy to talk about somebody else's kid that's not yours. People do not be out here taking accountability. But I can't blame somebody for some shit that was not their responsibility. Holly's mother was not even on that fucking scene. She probably seen the shit on the news just like you and me. But for somebody to place blame on somebody because they not getting the outcome from the person that they actually want the blame to be on, that shit is wrong. I don't agree with that. Nah, I don't back shit up like that. So you won't get a yes man on this one. Nigga, the person that created the situation is the person that should be fucking punished for it. And ain't nobody gonna tell me that they ain't had no kids that went to fucking jail or been a part of some shit that they wouldn't have wanted their kid to be a part of it. Then if that's the case, we wouldn't have parents out here paying bail. In situations they knew their kids was wrong, but they protected their fucking baby, right? I don't like fakes. I don't like fakes. I don't like fakes at all. Because if we gonna keep it a hundo, let's keep it a hundo. No, we don't like the situation the way that it turned out, but ain't nobody gonna be able to force anybody to think the way that they want them to think. And then saying stupid shit like Holly is a murderer. Well, unless her baby shot Romeca from the back fucking car, I don't think it's in question who fucking did the pow powing. So what was the point of the distraction? I'm confused. I'm confused. And this is the stupid shit that I be seeing. And this is why I was saying what it is that I be saying. You got a bunch of people repeating what other people fucking say, don't even know how to go off of their own fucking feelings. And then if common sense was a thing, then people would be able to claim accountability for the parts that they are playing. Jumping in somebody's chat, acting like you don't understand what it is to be a mother in a situation when you don't know what part you're supposed to play. I've been in a situation with my child before when I didn't know what part I was supposed to play. So I'm not going to come up here and make it seem like I got answers to everything. And that's what people problem be. They quick to tell somebody else what it is that they should be doing, and their life is not seemingly going that way. Yeah, because Miss Tina said she found out by someone showing her on FB. A lot of people feel like, come on, let's be real. I hope some of their videos don't even get monetized. God doesn't like liars. And exactly, Brown Sugar, I know it's one person that I hope never make a dime off this story. I'm going to be real, because people is milking it, Ebony. And that's the shit that's getting me tight. They not giving a fuck about the people that they hurting. And people already been hurt. One person lost their fucking life. What is it going to take? Multiples? Because like when you antagonize people, what's the outcome? What about the babies in this situation? They need to lose more people to prove a fucking point? Oh, because Romeca was jealous. Why the fuck does that make a difference? Oh, Holly just couldn't take the fact that he wouldn't leave Romeca. Who the fuck cares? That's the shit that get me mad. And then people be acting like they be Bible bumpers. All right? Bible bumpers. And that's why I say Bible bumpers. Because if you actually was with or for the Bible, half of the shit that people say and the things that people say, they wouldn't even be able to say it. Because if anything, people would be trying to figure out the way of a healing, not the factors of a hurting. Continuing to hurt people is going to bring more of a hurt outcome. Half of the people that's talking shit ain't even in Chicago where these people gotta live. How you antagonizing a situation that you might not be the person to get the outcome from it? Please, please, please. I'd rather for my voice to have value than have some bullshit. People be sitting there starting many wars and don't even be realizing it. Because if people pick up what the fuck you putting down, it'll be more people laying down on the fucking ground. Because nobody's going to feel good about somebody being murdered. Who the fuck would? But to attack somebody or other people or more people now in the factors of a person already being attacked, let me know where the sense is at in that. I had to step away from a couple of people that I really like watching because I'm just shocked behind what's going on. Absolutely. It's about the money run. It's about the entertainment. Entertainment and entertainment purposes only. Wait. So if it was entertainment purposes only, that means after this video, Romeca is going to be able to get off the floor and continue back with her life. Because if not, then what the fuck is the entertainment? I don't consider this to be entertainment. When you're gaining things or saying entertainment off of the factors of somebody, are you sick? Like, are you sick? Entertainment purposes. Who's being entertained with the bullshit? And then people got to be careful with the narratives that they create. And then people be comfortable going in other people's chat with the bullshit. Like, oh, so and so said this. Or, oh, so and so said that. Don't come in my chat telling me what so and so fucking said. If you can't tell me what you think as a whole, then I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't care what so and so said. I don't. Because if you got that much belief in what so and so said, that means that you're not able to think for yourself. Because even if I watch somebody, I'm still going to give my own thought process to it. I'm not just going to just go with it. I'm just going to be honest. It sees that we're on the same side. And I agree with some things. I don't agree with everything because I'm not a yes man. Okay, we may agree on this situation, but that don't mean we have to agree on every fucking situation. And that's okay. And I do agree with the fact is for justice for Romeca, but I also agree that this is a fucked up situation all the way around. And I feel sorry for the people that's still left here to deal with and figure it out. I would not want to be either one of those mothers, baby. Period. I said what I said. I'm going to watch what I watch and I'm going to come to my own conclusion. I'm never just going to go off of something because somebody said it. I feel sorry for everybody in the situation, the mamas, the babies, the family members that's just trying to stand up and defend the factors of their family, which can end up in a casualty again. Because, see, we get to turn our phones off and our lives shut down. But them people still have to walk around within the area that they was in before this situation got brung to our attention. And how the fuck will we feel? So would people be happy if they turned on the fucking thing and it goes, oh, well, unfortunately, I'm not going to even put it out into the air, but does it always have to take a casualty? So people won't be happy unless they see bodies. Ain't that what got us here? I might see something on Monday where it was in the favor of Romeca. If that's the thing that people doing, and then I might see something that maybe in the favor, but people don't realize they ruining Romeca's reputation and making it look more in Holly's favor on a lot of accounts because the shit that y'all forcing to come out about this girl is not only allowing her family to heal, but y'all ruining her fucking her legacy for her son. I have my opinion, and that's that I'm not about to be going back and forth answering no questions based off my comment, not doing it. Shit. I wouldn't. The fuck, if you said it, you said it. It is what it is. That's why you are entitled to your opinion. That's it. Who the fuck gonna explain them goddamn selves to anybody? But I just don't like stupidity, and I don't like. I think what they call those type of people these days is rage baiters. Okay, people will insert them situations that may or just to create rage where there's none. Now I'm gonna just be honest. I said that there may be some people that might be mad with this live, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. Otherwise, I wouldn't have did it. I said what I said, and whoever feel how they feel is how they felt. If you can't be an adult and take in the factors of a difference of an opinion, then that's something that you're going to have to deal with. Because one thing that you can't do is control other people. It doesn't matter what nobody decides to say. If I choose to stay within the factors of how I feel, that's how I feel. Day one, I'm not respected. Plus, it's overkill and built up in the period. Yes, yes, yes. It is. People doing too much. People doing too much. But I had to come and let my voice be heard. Hopefully, it puts some value to some situations. Anybody that got a dick to ride, please go out there and continue to ride that dick. Just please don't get in trouble for it. Because Black Pearl, I think they said that I was in here dick riding. So I think that was a compliment where it was sent to be an insult. I don't know. But anyway, you know where you at in la latte's world right now. Your girl is 18K Tay. That's right. That's what they call me. 18K Tay, baby. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Definitely hit that like button. Okay. And y'all will be hearing from me again. And like I said, make your own decisions. Don't be a follower, okay? Just because the group might not agree with you, fuck them. It is what it is. Make sure the opinion that you stand on is realistic and is yours. And don't be running the people chats talking about what somebody else has said. That's what they said, which means that was their opinion. And I'm going to stand on the fact this anytime or any way that we can find peace for the family, that's what I'm going for. And that's on both sides. So love and prayers to those kids, those babies, to little Los and baby cars. We out here praying for y'all, to those mothers, pouring strength into y'all at a time when I know that y'all need it most. Okay? Period, baby. And your girl Tay Tay is out of here. You already know how this go. Latte's world, and I'm out, baby.
Latte's world, a. Latte's world, a.